So here's the canvas I received from Audie, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my process with you. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. So here I decided to take a piece of watercolor paper and sketch out the face that I was thinking. I know I wanted to do a face, but I wasn't sure where to position it on the canvas, as I kept going back and forth of where I wanted it. So I decided, just to give myself an idea, let me just make a face and start from there. I've added color to the face just to give me a base point to start out. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the face shape so I can go ahead and play around with where I want to place it on the canvas. I'll be using gel matte medium to adhere it to the canvas. Now that I have the face cut out, I have the canvas in front of me, and right now I'm playing on where I wanted to place this figure. I know I wanted to do a partial body and a head, and I was having a hard time because I saw so many things I wanted to do. It was hard to pick one way. Part of me wanted to include the boo as part of the hair, maybe a necklace. I wasn't sure to keep it landscape or not. And it was a little challenging because there were so many cool things I could have used to make this face pop out. And so I finally had to make a decision and just place it and go. So here I start getting a little too technical, and sometimes I approach my artwork this way, and then it all goes out the window as I begin working it. I wanted to make sure that the body size was going to fit right. I wanted to make sure the hair was going to fit on the page, because I knew I wanted to do pigtails in the hair, and I know I wanted to do some kind of full dress. So, which is very funny, it's because it's exactly what Audie was doing. But then again, we haven't seen each other's pieces, so it was kind of funny that they were almost similar in thought. So I was just using the piece of paper that I've cut there, which is 1.5 inches length of the body, of the head. It's the head, and it's 1.5 inches size, because I knew that's about the size I wanted the body. So once I decided on that, I said, okay, let's go. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the face with the gel medium. Now that I have the face attached, while I was drawing, I was trying to figure out where I would like to place the hair and situate the face, now that I've finally made the decision of where the placement of the face would go. I knew I wanted straight bangs and pigtails. So here, and my process changes as I start developing, and I find this many times. I'll sketch out something and then I get too technical on the sketch out to only find out when I go to paint it, all those details are lost and it looks like a completely different project. So I'm learning to not get so detailed right away and just provide a base and go from there. So I decided for the eyes, I'm using Payne's Gray and mixed with a little bit of Mirror Silver paint. I'm using all combination of paints from Golden to Ceramcrote, Delta Craft paints to all different kinds of acrylic paints. So in here I'm just taking the Payne's Gray and I mixed it with some silver to place it in the eye, hoping to get some kind of reflection and show some depth within the eyes. For the dress that you just saw, I wanted to make sure I had a collar, and I did like some kind of belt or button in the middle with a high waist. Here I'm adding the same colors to the hair just to start blocking it in. Blocking in the hair and using the silver and the black wherever I thought I might need it. I had forgotten to turn on my camera, but I started taking some flesh tone color paints and purples and blacks and mixing them together, and now I'm just forming out what I want the dress to kind of look like and also blocking that. I also added some skin color to the face, and I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going with the dress right now. Now that I have somewhat of color blocking done for the face and the dress, I decided to go ahead and work on the lips. I'm using watercolor pencils to help form the placement, and that way when I use the paint, the watercolor will mix in with the paints and sometimes helping create more depth. Once again, I forgot to hit the record camera. So what I've done now is I've found these little dollies I had and figured I can attach them to the hair piece to where I want the little hair clips, pom-poms in the hair, and thought that might add an interesting element. I also had added some gel glue to add a little bit of bling to the dress and to the canvas. I didn't record what I did with the dress itself. Basically, I just used different textures, different paints, and just kept layering different stripes up and down on it. And now I'm using gel medium to attach the dollies, the little miniature dollies that I had. Also in the eyes, I had taken like a greenish aqua glitter. This is to also help with a little bit of reflection in the eyes. So now to add additional layers, I took pieces of scrap paper and I wrinkled them up and cut them in slices. I'm using matte gel medium and I'm adhering it to the dress to give it some kind of dimension. So now I wanted to add more texture. So I took molding paste and used my fingers, and I am just randomly going around the painting. And it gets a little crazy here. She looks like she might have chicken pox. But I wanted to add more texture. And this is the point where I started thinking, you know what, this dress is almost looking like it's a coat over top of a dress. And that's where I was inspired to give that a little change up. Now that the molding paste has dried, I'm going to go ahead and go over it with paint. I'm sorry about that, but I didn't realize that my camera was out of focus when I reached above here. So the next couple seconds or so is going to be out of focus and you may not see all the details. I really wanted to make the eyes pop. So what I did was I got these clear round stickers, and what I end up doing is I put a mirror-like gel medium on the back of them, and this is to help it give some kind of gloss and shine to it. I'm using iridescent medium. This one that I actually put on here is actually Winsor Newton. It's for watercolors, and I end up putting it on the back and then adhering it to the face, to the eyes of the girl, and then over top of that I color in with the marker black for the pupils, and then added 3 dots for the eyes, for the reflection of the eyes. I really liked how this technique worked out, and I plan on doing it on a few other projects I have in mind. As not to waste anything on my paintbrush, I decided to take the extra and apply it to the painting itself, and rubbing it in so the lines weren't so sharp. So now I decided, when I had found my dollies, I had found some red gem bling stickers, and I decided I would add them also. I thought they might be good as another element, adding as a headband and some bling around the middle of her coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through the rest of this video. It will be just me adding more elements and dimensions to the canvas itself. I had a really good time doing this. I wouldn't mind doing it again. Audie, I'm very happy that we got together and we're able to do this, and I hope that you guys enjoy the process video, and please let me know if you have any questions, and if you liked this or not. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks again for watching. And Audie, I had a great time doing this piece. And if you'd like to see the faster version of this, I'll put the link in the iCards about this point here. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.